So as you guys know, we obviously do Quarantine Night Live on a bi-weekly schedule. That means I do these shows every other Saturday. There was a huge storm and it messed up our internet in my area. And so I didn't have internet for like a couple of days. So I was like, okay, I'm going to completely stop using the internet entirely. The next morning, I picked up my phone and I'm like, well, I don't have internet anyway. I'm like, oh wow, I have my phone in my hand. It's the first thing I do when I wake up is I go to my phone to check out Instagram, email, and I didn't have that option now. Another thing I do, and I don't know if you guys do this as well, but I take my phone with me when I eat. I didn't do that this time, and I was able to get fuller a lot faster, believe it or not. I was actually like listening to my body, I guess, while I was eating. I wasn't distracting myself with anything. More importantly, and this is what kind of blew my mind, I didn't feel like I was getting an overload of information. Now, what I mean by that is when you guys go on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, you're scrolling through feeds. It's not natural for us to be getting so much information in the span of 1 minute. You know what your father ate for breakfast, what your best friend is doing over the summer break. You get all this information in like seconds, and it's a lot to process. And maybe on a subconscious level, it affects us somehow. Whenever you're away from your phone or whenever you're away from the internet, the number one concern I have is like, oh my God, people who need to reach me won't be able to reach me, or I won't know if something bad happens so that I can jump on it and fix it, whether it's business or family. I found out that Chadwick Boseman, who played the Black Panther, he passed away. When big news happens, you'll hear about it. And that's kind of what blew my mind. I didn't need to be on Twitter. I didn't need to be on Facebook. I found out about it. The important stuff will make its way to you because it's important. It's inescapable. The little stuff can wait till like 2 days later. You don't need to divert your attention. And that's what I want to get at here, folks, is attention. There is a war going on. There is a battle going on. And it is a battle for your attention. Everywhere you look online, people are trying to fight and win your attention. Somebody is throwing an ad because they want to grab your eye so that you could look at their ad, not on your feed, but on their ad so that they could sell you their product. Or somebody posts a meme because they want you to look at their meme so they could get your attention and get a like. Or somebody is posting a thirst trap pic because they want you to follow them. The whole point of the internet as it stands today is one big platform to grab your attention. If we have all these people from news media to Netflix, HBO Go, right? I mean, Spotify, YouTube, me, right? I'm asking for your attention also. Everybody is begging and trying to grab and claw at your attention. The most important thing you have in your day-to-day life is your energy. Now think about that. The more energy you give to somebody else, the less energy you have for something else. It's a finite. If you were playing a video game and there's a health bar, your attention is tied to your energy. And the more you're on social media, actually I shouldn't say social media, the internet, because really it's all over the internet now. It's not just, every website is operating like a social media platform. And what I mean by that is they are designed to keep you on them for as long as possible, to keep you addicted to them so that you don't leave the program or the app, and so that you're always coming back for more even when you do leave. So every website is like that. And the more attention you give these apps and services, the less time you have for yourself, for you. And that's another thing that social media does, is it prompts your emotions. It prompts your emotions, which even further decreases the energy you have, the reserves of energy you have to work towards whatever you want to work at. This isn't a big deal for a lot of people. A lot of people don't care. There are people who have 9-to-5 jobs, and when they come home, they are going on social media or TV or YouTube, movies, whatever. They're going for that in order to get distracted. That's fine. If that's what you want, that's fine. This is where I think it gets a little dangerous for creators or people who have side hustles or people who are trying to build something. If you are one of those people who is trying to create something in this world, the longer you are on social media, the less attention you have. I shouldn't say social media, I should say the internet. The longer you are on the internet, the less attention you have and energy you have to give to whatever it is you're trying to grow. If you're in like a stage of creation, you have to prioritize that. You have to protect that. You have to protect your attention with your life. You have to protect your energy with your life. reading an ungodly amount of information about people's day or opinions and then getting emotionally charged over them, it's not natural. And by natural, I mean we don't know where the pitfalls of that are. We're the guinea pigs, right? When you think about like the 60s and the 70s, that generation was the guinea pigs for drugs. They were the generation that the world was seeing like, okay, let's give them this and see what happens and then monitor it. And then we find out, oh wow, some drugs are really bad. And then we find out, oh well, these drugs have effects, but they're not as bad as these drugs. We are the generation that's being experimented on with the internet and social media and apps. So we don't know, oh, these apps are really, really bad and toxic. Whereas these apps also have some effects, but they're not as bad as these apps. All of this is just me trying to say that everybody out there right now, if you need the energy to create a business that you're trying to build on the side or create art, maybe it's even something like personal, like you feel like you're being separated from your partner. You feel like you don't have a connection with them anymore, something like that. And you want to put more time and effort into that. That takes energy. Building a business, that takes energy. Creating art, that takes energy. In order to focus your energy, you have to protect it so that you have a high reserve of it to give to whatever endeavor you're trying to focus it towards. You can only do that if you protect it. And I find that the number one combatant and thief of your attention and your energy is the internet. I love social media. I met a lot of you through social media. I love the internet. But there comes a time where you have to say, I might love this, but I love myself more. I love being healthier more. I love having a clear head more. I love creating music. Just to bring this all back full circle, when I'm off the internet, when I'm off social media, I get more stuff done. And when I get stuff done, that makes me happy. To everybody asking how this can perhaps help them out, what I would say is find out what it is that fuels you in your life. That's number one. What is it that you want? Figure out what it is that you want. Figure out what it is that drives you. Take some time off the internet. In doing that, you'll find out what it is that fuels your life. For me, it's music. What is it for you? Find out what it is that motivates you to keep going. Protect your energy and drive it towards that. Be on the internet a little bit less. Go a little bit more on that. That only can happen when you know what you're working towards. So, with that said, I just want you guys to know there are enough hours in the day. We just have to choose how we use them.